Before you scroll away, let me ask you something. What if a 79-year-old man told you that almost everything you're chasing right now, the perfect body, the expensive house, the impressive job title, won't matter nearly as much as you think? My name is Arthur Bennett. I'm 79 years old, and I've spent the last 4 decades of my life chasing, losing, learning, and understanding what truly matters. And 2 years ago, when illness forced me to retire and slow down in my small home near Portland, Oregon, I suddenly had something I hadn't had in a very long time. Time to think, time to remember, time to ask myself one question: where did my life go? So in the next few minutes, I want to share something with you. Something it took me 40 years to understand. Maybe you'll listen, maybe you won't. But if even one sentence stays with you, then this old man's story will have been worth telling. 2 years ago, I had to stop working. Doctors told me my body had given enough. For the first time in my life, I wasn't rushing to the next job, the next paycheck, the next responsibility. And suddenly, I found myself sitting quietly, thinking about the road behind me. I started asking myself questions. Where did all those years go? What did I really achieve? I've had many different jobs in my life. I've worked in bars, washed dishes in restaurants, driven delivery trucks, taught art classes, even guided hiking tours in the mountains. I've lived in Chicago, Denver, and later moved to Oregon more than 20 years ago. My life was never neat or predictable, but there was one thing that stayed with me through every stage of life. Painting, art was always there. I wasn't famous, I wasn't rich, but painting allowed me to express who I was as a human being. And looking back now, that mattered more than money ever did. If I could sit down today with my 18-year-old self, I would tell him two things that matter more than anything else: time and health. In fact, I would probably put health first, because if you lose your health, time becomes something very different. Your world becomes smaller, your options disappear, and suddenly the future you imagined looks very different. There's something else I would tell that young man. Don't waste your life on things that slowly destroy you. Too much alcohol, too many bad habits, too many careless choices. Because those things steal something from you that you can never get back: your time. And trust me, the older you get, the faster time moves. I still remember arriving in Oregon 22 years ago like it was yesterday. Now I look around and see my 2 children as grown adults with lives of their own, and I find myself wondering, when did they stop being little? Those moments pass faster than you realize. Much faster. Before I settled down, I spent almost 15 years moving from place to place, taking whatever work I could find. Odd jobs, small apartments, long bus rides. Sometimes I barely had any money. But strangely enough, those were some of the most memorable years of my life. They were messy, uncertain, sometimes even dangerous, but they shaped the person I became. If you ask me today whether I would change those years, the answer is no. Because every mistake, every struggle, every strange adventure taught me something. Some lessons were painful, some nearly cost me my life, but they made me stronger. And here's the truth about advice. Young people rarely listen to it, and honestly, they probably shouldn't. Because some lessons can only be learned by living them. You have to fall. You have to fail. You have to make your own mistakes. That's how we grow. Today, I live a quiet life, a simple life. I've been married to my wife, Margaret, for 32 years. And let me tell you something. Staying married that long is an achievement in itself. Marriage teaches you patience, compromise, forgiveness. You learn that love isn't always about grand gestures. Most of the time it's about small things: showing up, listening, choosing each other again and again. Together we raised 2 wonderful children. And when I look back on my life, that may be the achievement I'm most proud of. because deep down, what every human being truly wants is not fame, not status, not approval from strangers. We want meaning, we want purpose, and very often, that purpose is found much closer than we expect, in our families, in the people who share our lives. The older you get, the more you realize something liberating. It doesn't matter what other people think. It doesn't matter what clothes you wear. It doesn't matter how impressive you look. If you respect yourself, if you feel at peace inside, that is enough. And believe me, it's an incredible relief to stop playing the game of trying to impress everyone. These days I still paint, even though my body is weaker now. Even though illness reminds me that time is limited, painting gives me something important: purpose. Every morning I wake up with a reason to create something, to express something, to leave a small piece of myself behind. For 40 years, I gave my strength to jobs, responsibilities, and survival. Now, for the first time, I finally have the chance to focus on the thing that always lived inside me. And that feeling is incredibly freeing. It feels like I'm finally becoming the person I was meant to be all along. Another thing age teaches you is appreciation. You begin to value people more. You become more patient, more willing to give your time to others, not because you expect something in return, but because helping someone simply feels right. Life isn't meant to be purely transactional. We are human beings. We are meant to support each other, and if we want the world to be better, that change has to begin somewhere small, at home, in your family, in your community, and slowly, those small acts spread outward. So, how do I summarize 40 years of life lessons in just a few sentences? Take care of your health. Don't waste your life on habits that slowly destroy you. Protect your time, and most importantly, spend that time with the people you love. Because when everything else fades away, those moments will be the ones that truly mattered. And if this old man's story meant something to you, consider subscribing to the channel. I'd be honored to share more of these life lessons with you. And maybe, just maybe, something here will help you live your life a little wiser than I did.